Certainly something I didn't expect to see, really. I mean, you've seen it on TV and with all the different adverts and things, but when you're actually really there to see it properly, it does certainly hit home, that's for sure. I mean, the smell was just unbelievable. I mean, when we first walked in, the smell of rubbish and just the pollution was phenomenal, and then a little bit further up we had a baby just crawling around and sort of on shattered glass and concrete, and you just think, I mean, there's just no comparison to life at home.
European Tour golfer Chris Lloyd visited Mombasa in 2012 as part of his work for charity Glad's House, a non-profit that works with kids living well below the poverty line. The children often fall out of care and into patterns of addiction and crime and find themselves living in squalor. Glad's House provide a safe haven for these disadvantaged youths and provide a stable environment for them to re-enter society.
A lot of people want to segregate street children off to one side, but we're the opposite. We want them to be part of the community. If we leave these children living on the street, their life expectancy is minimal. They get drawn into drugs, they sniff glue, but their life expectancy is early 20s. If we can get them involved in this scheme, they could live a normal life.
Nicknamed the Chokora, a Swahili insult, many of these kids need that helping hand to find a way out. The humble Glad's House compound takes them in and provides them with access to social workers, education and medical care.
Something so simple and so small like this makes a massive difference to these children.
But on an ordinary day, and under the staff's protective gaze, they can enjoy a set of rare luxuries.
They can come, they can play, then they come here and as you've seen, they can wash their clothes, and then they get food, good food, a really substantial meal, maybe the best one they get all week, and then they go back to town.
There's probably 40 kids out here, and if they weren't here, they'd be on the streets scavenging for food or begging for money and basically just trying to survive. And I mean, all of this project and the opportunity for these kids is all down to the hard work of Glad's House, and without them, they would be in a lot worse situations.
The hard work started in 2006, after Cliff's daughter Victoria spent 5 months working in the slums.
We came out on holiday and she said, I'm going to work with street kids. At that stage I had no idea what street kids were, to be honest. She took us to where they live in town, and to be honest I just couldn't believe this was the 21st century. So we decided to do something. We've got a lot of children repatriated with some sort of family, which is always very difficult. The younger children we've managed to get back into school, a number of them, and then a lot of older kids we've got into work. We've started a number of businesses, including the Caddy program at Vipingo, where we give kids the chance to earn a meaningful living.
The Caddy programme Cliff speaks so proudly of is a joint effort by the European Tour and Glad's House that takes children out of the slums and 30 miles north of Mombasa to Vipingo Ridge Golf Club. There, they learn how to caddy on one of the country's most exclusive courses and learn valuable life skills.
I think it's absolutely vital that these opportunities are created for people from the streets. I mean, it's just remarkable that a few years ago, some of these guys that are caddying here were literally living on the street. And I think it's putting into their heads a sense of ambition. They're seeing that there is real hope out there.
Now I want you to show me how good you are. I mean, it keeps them off the streets and that's probably the main aim for that, really. So yeah, with some accommodation here and a few more rounds and a bit more caddying experience, they've got a great setup for the future. Janet was excellent. She's a lovely young lady. I mean, for someone that's only been caddying a couple of years, and she certainly knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I feel so happy caddying for a pro because I haven't caddied for a pro, never. Now they've given me a chance to work in Vipingo Ridge like a caddy, and they're also paying me. I'm so happy.
The project also provides caddies for the Barclays Kenya Open, a European Challenge Tour event, which Chris returned for in 2014, 2 years after his first visit, and he made time to return to the Glad's House compound as well.
See, last time we were only there for sort of 2 or 3 days, and I was there for about 12 days this time. So yeah, I got to see a lot more than I did on my previous visit. When I went back this time, there's sort of 2 classrooms, a library, there's a TV room, there's a kitchen. So I mean, in the space of 2 years, they've made a massive difference. And I mean, to Westerners going across, it still looks very basic, but for them, it's absolutely great for them.
The visit in 2012 still resonating for the young man.
It makes you sort of realise after seeing the things we saw today, how we take the smallest things for granted. If we get a bad hotel room or there's no AC in the room, and we missed that part on Sunday to cost us a place. And then you go and see kids like that who literally have nothing. It really does put some perspective into your life and the lives we lead back home as well.
www.gladshouse.com